Hey guys, it's Rod from Advantage Firearms Training here again. Today, as promised, over and over again, we're going to do a review of this bad boy, which is the Kel-Tec SU-16. So we're going to jump right into it. I've wanted this rifle for a long time. I was aware of the rifle for a while, looked at some reviews online, tried to learn as much as I could, was undecided, but I did bump into a couple of reviews online if anyone from Kel-Tec is watching, and that's really what changed my mind. It was a couple of guys that had some real experience with the rifle. Said it was great. I did a little decision-making chart for myself, which I like to do. I work hard for the money that I spend on the firearm, so I try to make the best buying decisions that I can, hence the reason why I'm passing this on to somebody else that might have to go through the same process. But finally made the leap, bought the rifle, and I want to tell you what I like and what I don't like about it. Now, there's not a lot that I don't like about it, but let's start with that. Okay, so first thing is that the rifle folds, and that's one of the things that I do like about it. But let me just show you something here. There's a little pin, and if you can remove the pin to fold this gun. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that you can fold this thing in half, which I'm going to do for you. But you can use a .223 cartridge to actually push that pin out. We don't keep any live ammunition here in the studio, so we're just going to push it out with the tip of our handy-dandy pocket knife. And now, as you can see, folds up into a nice little package. So that's really cool, right? Because you can stick this in a backpack. Takes up half the space in a rifle case. Thicker this way, but at least half the length, right? In Canada, we can transport these without a trigger lock or anything as long as they're unloaded. And you can throw that in the trunk of the car, which is great. If you're heading out to the bush, you don't have to worry about anything. You can just toss this in the trunk of the car. It's not a $3,000 rifle either that you're worried about getting scratched. So it's a good little workhorse kind of thing. Anyway, what I don't like about this whole process is, as you can see, this pin comes right off, right? There's nothing that holds this pin in other than the little wire. And that's not bad. I'm just thinking of the day that I throw this in the trunk or it's in a rifle case and this pin comes loose, rolls away. I can no longer shoot the rifle because it won't fire when it's folded. Good thing for Canada, because it would be restricted if that was the case. But yeah, so this is a problem for me. I wish it stayed on. I guess what some people call a detent. But in any case, that's one thing that maybe is a little bit negative. I would like to see that hang on there like an AR takedown pin hanging off the side there. If anybody knows what they really call them, I think they're called a detent, but in any case, write that down. This thing is piston driven. So apparently it's going to stay a little bit cleaner. It comes with a tactical rail molded right into the upper receiver here. So there's something else I don't have to buy. There's something else I don't have to install or find the right screws for, or oh, I've over tightened it and wrecked it. Nothing. It comes with some aperture sights, peep sights on here. And they're plastic, but they're pretty robust. I don't think they're going to break anytime soon. And the rifle seems pretty darn accurate. The bolt is nice and smooth. The bolt catch is under here in the magazine well. Uses AR mags. That was one of the biggest parts of my decision to buy this rifle. Kel-Tec, again, if you're watching, is that it takes AR mags. Here in Canada, it's a little bit difficult. This is okay, not a problem, but an AR is a problem. Can't shoot an AR in the bush, right? It's restricted. So of course, we look for guns that will give us that same AR feel and practice, right, or training that we can shoot in the bush. And for whatever reason, an AR is an issue. So the AR mag thing is really great. The mag release is in the same place as it would be on an AR if you're right-handed. So that's fantastic too. So that made a big impact on my buying decision right there. The other thing is, here in the stock, you get two 10-round magazines. I may have to hop back onto that negative bandwagon just for a second, but these magazines are terrible. I had to take a file to this one and do some, gunsmithing myself to make it fit right, and I don't think you should have to do that. I guess is what I'm kind of saying. Be that as it may, super cool idea. Don't want to throw another negative because I love Kel-Tec. That's why you can see that it physically pains me to say anything negative about their products. But when these are loaded, here's the thing about the magazines. When these are loaded, and in Canada we have to have them pinned to 5 because these come 10 round, I'm not going to digress too much, but look what I have here. Oh, a 10-round magazine that is totally legal for an AR or this gun or any other gun that shoots .223 out of a NATO magazine. Okay, great. 10 rounds, 5 rounds. If I pull the pin on this, I'm going to jail. If I have this, no problem because it says pistol mag on it. Whatever. But anyway, they had to pin these to get these into Canada, and they only hold 5 rounds. So you can imagine that with 5 rounds in here, they're still not very heavy. When I actually had these in the buttstock with 5 rounds each, and I was shooting the rifle, they would fall out every once in a while. I can't imagine if they had 10 rounds, they'd be falling out constantly. So, you know, that's the only negative about these magazines. Plus, you know what, this regular 10-round AR mag, or sorry, a pistol mag, you know, it's not going to be able to be retained up there anyway. So if these fall out, then I'm going to be running around with a rifle with a big hole in the bottom of the stock, which is not the end of the world, but worth mentioning, just so you guys know. Other than that, what else is cool, what else I love about this rifle is the magazine release is exactly where it is on an AR. So at least I'm getting some kind of AR style practice, and I don't have to go to the range. The rifle is super light. Another thing I love about the rifle, the list just goes on and on. The rifle unloaded, just as it sits, is 4.5 pounds. Super light, and you wouldn't believe how it shoots, considering how light the rifle is. It shoots really, really great. So I paid $800. Welcome to Canada, folks. In any case, I guess they're about $5.49 or whatever in the States. $800 for Canadians. We pay a price to be cold, I guess. In any case, I got to be honest with you, I still think it's worth it. I still think it's worth every penny. I'm really happy with the rifle, and I'm totally happy I bought it. So I would recommend the Kel-Tec SU-16 under all circumstances. This is just a great rifle to have in the collection. Tons of fun in the bush. I think I had one jam. I probably ran 1,000 rounds through it. So not bad at all. I don't even know if it was even the fault of the rifle. Really easy to clean. I did take it apart once. Super easy to take apart. Easier than I thought it would be. Other than that, the only other, I got one more negative thing to say. I hate to say it, but the accessories only come from Kel-Tec. You can't buy anything else that works on an AR for this rifle. That is not necessarily a bad thing, but here in Canada, there could be supply issues for that, right? So you only have a handful of people that would carry those accessories, and they have to come from Kel-Tec. And it takes a long time to get firearms into Canada, so that could be a bit of a chore. But yeah, there's some different accessories you can buy. And one of the other issues is if I want to put a sling on this thing, I actually have to buy some parts from Kel-Tec to do it if I want to do it properly, right? So other than that, other than a handful of negatives and a whole boatload of positives, if I had another $800 kicking around for another rifle, I would buy it again. That's how good it is. Really happy with it. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any comments or any experience with the SU-16 or otherwise, feel free to put them down here at the bottom. And thanks for watching.